Great morning, great afternoon, and great evening to you all around the world. Welcome to BWTM and welcome to our global audience. I hope you're all well today. We have a special guest. It's heavyweight time once again. Next weekend, the big one, Joshua versus Klitschko. Who's going to win that big fight? Well, you've heard my opinion and you know the opinion of BWTM. So what we did is that we decided to bring in somebody who knows a little bit about heavyweight boxing and somebody who's actually held the WBC heavyweight championship of the world, a belt that neither Joshua nor Klitschko have held. None other than the man himself, Bermane Stiverne.
Good evening, or good afternoon.
Good evening, well, where you are, it's good afternoon, correct?
Yes, it is.
It's good evening for us, or good night. It's 10 o'clock at night. Okay, Bermane, so how you feeling, champ?
Good. Feel great. Feeling good. We're in camp at the moment, so everything is good.
Okay, we have to get straight into it because the first question's got to be asked. I will get drilled if I don't ask the question. Is this fight actually happening between yourself and Deontay Wilder? I know you told me, yes, I'm the mandatory, and yeah, you're really excited about it, and there are a lot of people excited to see you in this fight. A lot of people are not excited to see you in this fight, as I'm sure you've gathered by now, as you know. But what's going on? Is this fight on?
Of course, it's on. It is on. You know, this is not something that my opponents want. I hate to be in that situation, but it's something that's about to be a reality.
See, now there's two ways people look at this. The one side of it is, well, Deontay's beaten him before, so why does Deontay have to beat him again? And then there's the other side of it that's like, well, there's that side of it. And that's what people are kind of along the lines what people in boxing are saying. So yeah, what's your take on it?
Beat a sick man that was not that was not himself that night. Dodge a huge bullet. He knows it. But then again, who has he fought since me that was what better than me, or to give a even how I was feeling. I personally think that my performance was not a good performance due to my to the issues I had, my health issues. But still, I mean, he fought about 4 or 5 times or something like that. And the only decent one he had was the last one, which Jared Washington was beating him to the punches and boxing him out. And, you know, I personally think that Washington was lacking a bit of experience. That's the only reason why that he got caught with that right hand.
Okay. What's the situation with the purse bids? Where are we with this situation with the purse bids?
It was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, and it was postponed another week or so.
Any reason why?
You know, all these things, I don't really. As long as I know the fight is happening for real, that's all that matters to me. So whenever they want to do it and however they want to postpone the purse bid, as long as I know that I am the one that's up next, that's all that matters to me.
So
I didn't ask any question why it is and why that. Only thing I want to know is the day of the fight, and that's all I care about.
Between Mauricio Suleiman and yourself promoting the fight and talking about, well, Stiverne, Wilder 2 is on, Deontay Wilder's made no mention of your name in terms of the fight happening again. And apart from recently, he said something about this time he's going to finish you for good. And the second thing is that he's been talking about unification fights with Joseph Parker. Why? If you are the mandatory and you're next in line, why talk about Joseph Parker?
Because that's what I mean, he was talking about Joseph Parker before Mauricio put it out. And, you know, everybody knows that when WBC don't say something or don't promote something, you know it's not really a confirmation. So everybody's seeing from Mauricio, from the president himself. So what is there to say? It's something that will happen, something that he doesn't want to happen, but it will happen. And of course not. He wants to fight a unification. You know, of course, there's a lot of money involved and stuff like that. But before he's allowed to do that, which he won't be allowed to do that.
Yes, to see.
Well, he has a minute. He has a mandatory. When he was my mandatory, I could have randomly got a fight elsewhere, or you know, a fight or optional fight or two, and then fight him. I didn't take two. I didn't want to do that. I gave him a chance, and now the tables are turned.
So there is absolutely no way we're going to hear 10 days from now he's in a fight with somebody else. We're not going to hear none of that. It's definitely 100. I mean, obviously now you've trained. You're out now training,
Right,
somewhere else.
Excuse me.
So your training camp is preparing for this fight. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. I mean, I'm in camp. I decided to come early, so you know, there's obviously we can't let what happened happen. What happened the last time happen again. So we're being very cautious and.
oops, is it?
To start a early camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in camp now training. You haven't fought since the Rossi fight. Obviously, you know, we've gone about this point over and over again. You haven't fought since the Rossi fight. You've got now the opportunity to reclaim your title. Should you not have had a warm-up fight to actually see where you're at before you fight Deontay again? For your own benefit.
I don't need no warm-up fight. I don't need that.
You really don't need it.
I don't need that. I do know and believe that I know where I'm at. I don't need any warm-up fight, which I could have, but I'm not going to put myself in any situation that could
jeopardize
my that fight, which I get that title back. You know, I'm well rested. Even the Rossi fight, you know, my mind. To be honest, it's not a fight that I wanted to take. I took the fight. I can't say I wasn't prepared, but psychologically, it wasn't. You know, maybe not something I wanted. But you know, now I got what I want. I got confirmation what I want. I got it on paper. Everything is good.
Okay. I spoke to the trainer of, or the assistant trainer of Vladimir Klitschko, James Ali Bashir. And he said, in his estimation, that he believes you've actually got the tools to beat Wilder.
You know, listen, everybody knows how I fight. And everybody who knows me and knows how I fight when they watch the fight, which I didn't watch. I still didn't watch the fight to this day. You can see that wasn't me. If it wasn't me, and the whole night, I mean, you know, like I said, it's the issues that I have my health issue that I have at the time played a major part in the loss.
Okay. Are you concerned at all? And I've got to ask the question: are you concerned at all that Wilder did absolutely nothing for the first few rounds against Washington, and then landed one right hand, and that was the beginning of the end of Washington's challenge for a world title?
No, it was strictly a mistake from Washington. The round he got knocked out, he was winning the rounds. He won all the rounds to me. You know, I don't think I'll find a lot of people that would disagree with me.
Right.
Joe was doing the best. I mean, he was very smart with the jab and moving around, and I stayed in front of him. And the moment he did stay in front of him and looked at Wilder for half a second, and that's when Wilder threw the right hand.
That is his best weapon, that right hand.
Not anymore. Well, at least not to me.
Well, he didn't knock you out.
Every single one of them he threw at me, I eat it like it was breakfast.
Do you intend to eat it like breakfast this time round? Next time?
No. Nah, I won't give him that chance. See that fight? It was an emotional fight for me. I let my anger, it got to the point where I wanted to show him that he could knock me out. So I got caught up into that game that you can't knock me out,
But it's such bad feeling between you and him, genuine bad feeling between you and him. That how you not gonna do that
before
again?
Before that fight, it was bad. It was bad. Now
It was bad feeling.
it was bad feeling, but it's even worse now.
So wait, if it was bad feeling then, and you couldn't control it then,
I mean, Beth, even okay, if you look at the fight with me and Ariola, we got into it. It was, because it was two men fighting testosterone, and he wants to be champion, I want to be champion, and we're going at it back and forth, blah blah blah. We talking crap. We talking, smack talking, But then the fight is over. I shake his hand, and stuff like that. Which this fight here is way different. Way different.
why do people have such a problem with you fighting Wilder again? Do you understand why they have a problem with you fighting Wilder again?
I would too if I didn't know what was really going on. Trust me, and I promise you, God is my witness. If you would have whooped me and knocked me out or beat me, and there's no way I wouldn't ask for this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we all, I know personally that I didn't lose the fight because he was better than me. I lost the fight because of the issue that I had.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so many things that happened. In 1 week, I pulled two tooth out, wisdom that I had no choice to pull before the fight. 3 days before the fight, dehydrated. Everything was against me that night. Everything, and I couldn't take no medicine. Otherwise I would. You know what I'm saying? All this oxycodone and the high drugs they gave me, it was impossible for me to take it. So I had to like, just suck it up and just go. I had so many things that was against me, But I still, even before the fights, I was telling the house, I'm like, "Yo, house, I don't feel good. Like I don't know what's going on," and it was just a weird. I don't know. Everything was just weird. But now,
Make sure it doesn't happen again.
No, it won't. Then I hate myself for this because what I should have did was never checked out checked in the hotel, the MGM. I should have just stayed home.
Really?
And yeah, yeah. I don't want to say because I start feeling weird the minute I got into the hotel. Dizziness and dizzy for like as soon as I got to the hotel, I was dizzy for 3 days, and I don't know. It was such a weird.
Well, he's saying that, like he said, this time, he said last time he was going to beat you to an inch of your life. This time he's saying he's going to finish you. Does that not concern you in terms of what has happened previously?
Listen, the reason why I went to the hospital is because I was dehydrated, not because he was hitting me. I don't know if he thinks he's his right hand. He doesn't hit that hard. Ariola punched harder than him. Like he believes, and then now that his arm is all effed up and couldn't even throw it at Washington the whole fight because he was scared. And I would love for him to to come and finish the job. There's a stain in his record. He got what, 37 fight and 36 knockout.
Yeah.
And there's always something in the back of your mind when you about to face somebody for the second time and you threw everything you had the first fight. And the man just walked through your punch and ate everything you had. So he didn't knock me out the first time. He certainly won't knock me out the second time, because the second time I will be throwing punches.
Wow. What is it that really is it? What is it that about him that just upsets you? Because there was a problem before the world title.
It's just somebody that I don't. And now the things that he I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
Then
I don't
you've
know
got
if
to
it
know what
happened.
he looked like.
I don't know if some people are like me. You could just feel the energy of somebody else and be like, nah, like I can't, And then on top of that, now I hear the episode that he had with Dominic Brazil.
Yes, talk to me about that.
And now Dominic Brazil is suing him. And I heard him or his brother went and slapped Dominic Brazil in front of his kids. And I heard Dominic Brazil told him not to do that because his kids are here. And then he said, F your kids. I mean, should he be the last one talking about kids?
Exactly.
That is not appropriate, especially when I don't know. Let me not go into the kid stuff because let me just wrap it up. I don't want to talk about that because this is a sensitive subject. But is this? There's an episode. He was at the Super Bowl in where was it? Houston.
Okay.
In Houston, there's an episode that there's something that happened. Something that happened with him out there, and he's a funny character. He's a funny dude. That obviously now he got people that advise him or not to because you can see him now, and now he's on social media and he's a champ. So now he don't do the same thing he used to do, and make fun of people or talking reckless or using certain type of vocabulary. So they probably advise him not to do so, or because we all know that his main thing was talk about people and putting pictures up of other people and being disrespectful. And obviously, he probably got somebody with a head on his shoulder that's advising him not to do certain things. But being conduct yourself as a man, as a respectful man on social media and in person is two different things. You know, it's just sad that the person that he is just he's just a fraud. That's what he is.
Deontay Wilder's talking about he's got a big announcement to make next week. Big news.
Really? That's good.
The big news has got to be you and him, right?
Well,
it's got to be. Unless he's going to say, I fight the winner of Klitschko and Joshua.
To be honest, I don't really care about his news. I don't really, not that I don't really, I just don't care about it, about anything he does or he say.
If he were to, okay, if he were to say vacate the title and say, you know what, let Stiverne fight for the title. You don't need me. Let me have a fight for the title. I don't need to fight him. I want to go and fight for it. I want to be undisputed champion. I don't want my WBC belt back. And threw the belt away just as a way to just kind of disrespect you. If he did that, because he didn't agree with the WBC, would that surprise you?
It would surprise me. It would not surprise me at all. Would you be surprised?
Not really.
And I wouldn't be surprised because of their team, whoever's behind them, all of them. They're known for those type of reaction or activities.
He's part of Al Heyman, right? He's an Al Heyman fighter, correct?
Right.
Is this a fight that Al Heyman wanted Deontay to be in, or this is a fight that Al Heyman's been forced to take?
Of course not. Why? If that wasn't the case, then you would have seen him match Wilder with tougher opponents. Not tougher opponent where there's a chance for him to lose, but tougher opponent. You know, just tougher opponent.
Right.
You go from to fight me to go fight Melina to go fight like come on. So he could have fought Pulev. He could have fought anyone in the top 10. When's the last time you fought somebody in the top 10?
They were all in the top 10 when he fought them. Arguably.
Yeah. Was Melina ever in the top 10?
He was in the top 10 when Wilder fought him. He got shifted into the top 10. All these fighters at Wilder, he was shifted into the top 10.
What's his name was in top? Yeah, Joe was in top 10.
Duhaupas wasn't in the top 10, and then when by the time Wilder fought him, he was in the top 10.
Yeah.
Ariola, another one. All those guys, they're all in the top 10 when he fought them. They wasn't in the top 10 when the top 10 was announced. They were in the top 10 when the fight was announced.
Exactly.
That's a big difference.
Well, if he got whatever announcement he got next week, well, maybe he'll probably do it at the Wembley Stadium because I heard he's going to be there. So
he's going to be there. I think he's commentating on the fight.
Really?
Okay, I'm going to move off from Wilder for a minute. I'm not going to keep on.
Please.
Okay, Okay, we're going to talk a bit more. Let's talk about the actual fight itself. Joshua versus Klitschko. Joshua was a name that was put in front of you at one point or the other by other external forces, talking about how you were offered the fight, all the rest of it. Remember back then? Now, Joshua is now fighting Klitschko. You said back then, quote, he's still a bit green and robotic. He's fighting Klitschko now. What are your thoughts?
Who I would put my money on, and who I would want to win are two different answers.
Okay.
If I put my money on, I put my money on Klitschko.
Why?
Too much for him. I still stand by the answer I gave you last time. I still think he's still green. Too green. A little too stiff. Too much muscles.
There's a lot of hype around. Let me change that word. Don't use the word hype. There's a lot of momentum behind Anthony Joshua. The big muscles. He's muscular. He's big. He's powerful.
Because that's the look that you know. That's the look that that's probably the look that everybody considers to be like to represent boxing or any combat sports. Yeah. I just think he's just like a Frank Bruno. Maybe a better version with better. Not that he can't ever beat Klitschko. I just think that is too soon for him.
You talk about being green. Now, when you say green, what does that mean for people who are trying to understand the science of boxing?
Well, green is, like I said, it's too early in his career. I still believe that he not mature enough to. Yes, he can hit. Yes, he can. He could fight. He could hit, but it's just now if you put Klitschko, if you put the real Klitschko that could fight and that could throw a jab, and just picture Klitschko fighting Anthony Joshua. It's just too much for Joshua. The only good thing, the only good thing he's going to get out of this fight is the payday.
A lot of the talk is, well, all Joshua has to do is turn up on a night and hit Klitschko on the right hand and the fight's over. Just bum rush Klitschko and the fight's over. Is it as easy as that?
It's not. See,
why?
Because the way that he would have to fight Klitschko, he hasn't fought like that in any of his fight. See, he would have to fight to get to Klitschko. You would have to fight like you're small, like technically like somewhat like Tyson, a little bit of Tyson, or like Lemon Brewster did it, which he did that too. He mimicked a little bit of Tyson, went in there and caught him. I don't see Joshua bending his knee that low and bobbing and weaving, and I just don't see it.
A lot of people say, "Well, Tyson."
I mean, if he did it, listen, don't get me wrong. I would love for a black man. Let me put it out there. I would love for Joshua to knock his ass out. till next year. No, that's what I want. I'm listen. Even when I tell you that I don't think Joshua is going to beat him, I still root for Joshua.
Of course.
Nothing make me happier than the black man that succeed and do something. You know what I'm saying? Positive. I'm all for. I am with. Don't take what I'm saying and I want Joshua to win. Do I think he's going to win? No, I don't think he's going to win. But if it happens that he knock him out and win the fight, I'll be more happy for. I'll be real happy for him. I'll be really happy for. I'm gonna be real happy for him. And like I said, there's nothing more than to me to see another black man doing well.
I can understand your perspective. Klitschko got beat by Anthony Joshua, by Tyson Fury. Sorry, Fury's performance. People saying, well, if Fury can do it, then Joshua's going to chin him easy.
Not the same. It's not the same. You look at Fury. Fury is a big dude, tall dude that moves like 130 pounds. Not his speed, but the way he boxes. And we all know why Klitschko lost his fight is because he let Fury got into his head. And if you look at the fight, none of them got caught with a big shot. Fury just won the fight because he was busier. Tie him up, and nobody there landed anything.
Okay.
It's not Fury went in there and then beat him to the punch and dropped him, and none of that happened. He barely touched Klitschko, and Klitschko barely touched him.
So why do people disrespect or not give Fury the credit for doing what he did? Before the fight, he was Fury's going to get knocked out, chinned, stopped in the first round, all the rest of it. He goes and beats a guy who was unbeaten in 11 years. Yeah, he was considered the man.
I was one of those too that believed that Klitschko was going to beat him.
Let's not go there again. Let's not go there.
But listen. You do know Tyson has a way to talk and get into people's head, and it's just his character, and then Klitschko fall for it. He fell for that. He fell for what Tyson is good at. And Tyson is very good at, pissing you off and getting to your head and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, but David Haye tried the same thing. It didn't work.
Yeah, but come on. Oh my God.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
No.
We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll go there in a minute. We'll talk Haye in a minute.
I forgot about that. God.
Okay. We'll forget about that for a minute. We'll just stick on Klitschko and Joshua for the moment. Oh dear. Yes. It was a bad night for me as well. But anyway, we'll continue. So people would be fooled into thinking because Tyson did what he did that Joshua can do the same thing.
No, I believe Joshua would beat Tyson.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah. One thing I do know is, I mean, I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, one thing I do know, Joshua would not allow Tyson to get into his head. I think his personality is stronger than, or his mind is stronger than Klitschko.
Okay. Interesting. That's interesting you say that. What do you make of the whole, Joshua being very respectful of Klitschko, Klitschko being very respectful of Joshua. Because I've seen Klitschko be very respectful of opponents, bring a lot of Americans over to Europe, very respectful, feed them well, treat them well, talk nice to them, and come fight and flatten them. Is that all the old tricks of Klitschko coming out?
I don't know, but I never seen Klitschko being disrespectful to anybody anyway.
So you don't think it's no different for him?
No, I think it's still the same. It's still the same. Even I never seen Joshua being disrespectful. He had a chance to be very disrespectful when he fought Brazil and Brazil was talking all that smack, and he could have retaliated and say, you know.
Well, he did switch. He did switch on Brazil. He turned around and said to him, "Well, if there's a problem, we can sort it."
Yeah, but that's it's still respectful. That's just to let somebody know that, you know, I'm here, and if you want to do it, another way, we can do that. That's not being respectful. That's letting somebody know that, the real deal.
Tyson today via social media was saying they called Joshua a bit plastic, a plastic bad man, and that
Tyson
anytime he wants it, Tyson called Joshua a plastic bad man, and then Joshua called him a fat bum, more or less. So they've been going back and forth at him.
I don't even think Joshua should have responded to
Tyson.
Exactly, because he had when he beat Klitschko, I had all the respect for him. And after his episode or whatever, he was claiming that he broke down or whatever he was going through. Well, he did say he's crazy, so I don't really have any kind of respect for people like that. I mean, the man was on top of the world and then give it all up. When I say gave it up, he gave it up, literally. How do you beat the man that haven't lost for 11 years and you got 15 belts and you got a country behind you and you go and do this? Would you respect that?
Who knows what really went on behind the scenes with him?
There's no reason in the world that would make you do anything foolish, unless you really, really, really missing a couple screws up there.
But would you not agree that every boxer have lost a screw or two who takes a living for getting punched in the head? You've got to have something a bit crazy about you. Would you not agree?
Right. You lose it fighting, not losing, not fighting.
Okay.
Because you go through because you're going through something, okay, it makes you not trained and you're not really ready, but you still fought and lost because of your lack of preparation. Not lose the title because of your activities outside the ring.
Okay. Fair enough. What do you make of Klitschko and Joshua sparring or training? Have you seen any of their training camps?
Who?
Have you seen Klitschko or Joshua's training camps?
No, I haven't.
Joshua's been training with Maris Vac, and Klitschko has been training with a lot of 20, 21, 22-year-olds, and Gerald Washington.
I know. Klitschko was he got like he got about 6 of them, 6 different ones. Yeah.
What do you make of that in terms of inspiring youngsters rather than veterans in there?
Well, Vladimir is a veteran in himself. So You know, he was always the number 2 of his brother.
Yeah.
The brother was the better version. But I don't know. He seems like he's taking his fight serious and trying to make a statement. So, from what I've seen, and I do believe that he will win the fight.
Okay. Let's talk a bit about the man Hay 2.0 versus Tony Bellew. The fight that we both agreed that Hay was going to knock Bellew out in a couple of rounds. Remember that?
I remember when I told you that Klitschko was going to. When I was wrong about Klitschko and Fury. Well, I apologize to you.
I apologize to you.
Right, but now I gotta apologize to Tony Bellew. I do apologize. I apologize. Jesus. I didn't watch the fight, you know.
Okay.
And I remember that it was Sunday.
Right.
And I was like, no, because it was already Sunday for you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning here, that means in London it's like 10 in the morning, Sunday. So the fight is over. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, oh, let me see how. That's what I said in my mind. Let me see how Hay knocked him out. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm telling myself, let me see how Hay knocked him out. So then I'm looking, and there was a highlight of the fight, and I'm watching, and I saw the first thing I saw is Hay going to his corner, but walking like he was drunk. So I'm like, okay. So I continue watching, and then next thing you know, I saw what I saw.
That's what I saw.
Oh, Jesus.
I did live commentary for that fight, and
it had to be staged. It had to be staged.
Staged.
It had to be.
This guy was hitting Bellew with his Sunday best, and Bellew was standing there. I could believe what I was watching.
But that's why I said it had to be staged. It had to be staged.
Let me ask you a question.
God.
If Tony Bellew said, I want Bermane Stiverne next. And he's with your favourite promoter as well, so why not?
You know, that's how shit start. You ask me this, and I respond, and then I say something then I say something, or I say, you know, F him, this and that, and then, well,
question.
I heard Berman, and then the next thing you know is I heard Berman saying F Bellew, and I want him now. You see, that's how shit. I don't get caught up in this shit. I really don't. That's how it starts.
Yeah, you know now that you can't say that stuff on this channel, right?
No, I think I met him twice.
Yeah, okay.
I met him twice. He's, you know, cool guy. I met him. The first time I met him was when he fought Adonis.
Okay.
It was in Canada, and then I met him I saw him another time at here in Vegas. You know, cool guy. You know. But,
okay, let's say potentially you became WBC heavyweight champion of the world. You regain your title. Your first defense against the former WBC cruiserweight champion of the world. Isn't that lucrative? Isn't that some money? You come to England, you fight Tony Bellew.
There we go. Here we go. I know what you're doing.
No. I'm just listen. I'm your kind of like I'm your online YouTube boxing advisor. You know, I'm not a troll. You can see my face. But you know, just
are you with me or against me?
I'm making you more money. Hey, you're coming to the UK and making lots of money. The former WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the world, the man who beat David Haye, versus the current WBC Heavyweight Champion of the world. Wow, money. No?
So we was talking about
Okay, let's move subjects. Hughie Fury. He's fighting somebody that you've been sparring with, Joseph Parker. This is another one that people want to hear about. I spoke to Peter the other day, and he said that they're going to put on maybe an extra stone of muscle to make him physically bigger and stronger for the fight. And he says there's no way that Joseph Parker's going to be able to walk through Hughie because he's going to be punching that much harder. What are your thoughts on this fight between Hughie Fury and Joseph Parker?
Yeah, but can he take it?
Can who take it?
Can Fury take it?
The reports are.
Yeah, I mean, it's always from who?
He's been hit, according to his cousin. He's been hit very well, good in sparring.
From who? From his cousin?
I don't know. I wasn't in sparring. I don't know in sparring cap. But the rumor is that he takes a good shot.
We all know that the punches in sparring and the fight is two different things. You know, but I don't know. To me, I saw him maybe a couple times fighting. No, I don't believe that he will beat Parker. I don't believe it. I can't see it happen.
Why?
I don't know. I just.
How physically strong is Joseph Parker? I mean, you've been in the ring with him.
You know, he has one thing that he has is his legs are very strong. You know,
very sturdy.
Yeah, very. It's not I spar him like a lot of times. He's very good speed, decent speed. I saw Fury as well. He has a lot of speed.
What's his durability like, Parker?
It's nothing that's it's not. You know how when you spar people, and sometimes you know you be like, you can see them fading, it fades, and it's not something that you notice, you know, because a lot of guys that I spar, they come out quick and you know, putting a show and you know, working me out, and then let's say we do 10 rounds,
okay.
You know, they come out the first 4 or 5 rounds, they come out, you know. And then when we get to like 8, 9, or 10, and you know, that's when you drag them into the deep sea, the deep water, and you know, it's all gone. You know, a lot of guys like that. I think Parker is not. I never noticed him fading. I mean, I fade too. You know, it's obviously 10 rounds, 12 rounds of sparring. You know, especially when you got different guys and you got a fresh guy coming in. You know, but no, I never seen him, never felt him, or never, because sometimes I'll be watching spar other people, and never really saw him fading to the point where it's noticeable.
Right. Okay. So, what do you think Hughie's going to need to do to beat Parker, in your opinion? Because I don't think if he goes to points, Hughie can win it on points. I actually think that in New Zealand, there's no way he's winning that fight on points. He'll have to knock Parker out.
Um, I notice him he likes to move a lot.
Yeah.
He likes to throws a lot of jabs. Or sometimes he does stop. You know, he has a pretty decent speed. I would just tell him just to uh, keep the jab alive. You know, at all time. And obviously, we all know that as long as you throw the jabs, you know, you'll see some opening somewhere, and not stay in front of Parker pretty much.
My assessment of Parker and Hughie, I think Hughie's a better boxer. I think Parker may be a better slugger.
I would just slugger.
Okay. Boxer puncher?
Not really.
Parker?
But you know, the one that appears to have more boxing skill is Fury.
Yeah.
But makes a ton of mistakes. Tons of it. You know. Because sometimes, you know, he's one of them heavyweights that likes to fight like he's a middleweight or welterweight.
Okay.
From what I remember.
Okay.
And then in the heavyweight division, you can't do that because all it takes is one punch. You know, you can't afford to make a lot of mistakes or any mistakes with a big puncher.
Well, how does he differ to Tyson then? Hughie and Tyson. How do they differ in style?
The style is not different. It's the size of the body. You know, Tyson is huge. Is a huge fighter, tall and big, and Fury is more a slimmer version of Tyson, but tall as well.
Right.
To me, that's the difference to me.
Okay, very interesting thoughts there. Very, very interesting thoughts. Your main man, Andre Berto's back in the ring against Sean Porter. Weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts. I might attend. I'm making my decision tomorrow if I'm going or not. My thoughts on it. You know, you shouldn't even have to ask me.
Well, I'm going to ask anyway. You might say, "Oh."
Of course, I'm going with my fellow
Asian.
Well, yeah. So Berto, not just because he's a friend, but you know, he has more ability and he can move around. We all know how Sean Porter fights. He's like come straight forward, you know.
Okay.
And I do believe that Berto has the skills to move around and throw in combinations.
Okay. Interesting.
I do believe that.
And another man.
And he has the power.
Pardon?
I said, and he has the power. So.
Okay. Adonis Stevenson, Superman.
Yes, sir.
Now, I love Adonis, but you know the butt is coming. You know the butt is coming.
Right.
I love Adonis, and I really do. I love the whole Superman, and you know the way he knocks people out is brutal. But he's very frustrating. He's fighting Fonfara again, and
is that what you say when you hear I'm about me and Wilder?
Well, no, it's not that so much. No, wait, switch up on me. Wait, only I can do that to you. Now listen, there is a little difference here. Adonis Stevenson, I want to see, you're in a big fight. You had a big fight against Wilder. So, I mean, Adonis Stevenson is fighting Fonfara again. Fonfara got knocked out by Joe Smith. Why is he not fighting Joe Smith? Does that not make more sense? Joe Smith just came off a great win against Bernard Hopkins. Fight Joe Smith.
I have no idea. I just found out he what was this? Yesterday, was it Monday? Yeah, yesterday, Monday. I just found out that he's fighting Pomfar again.
See?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I thought he was gonna fight Alvarez.
Yes, I thought he was gonna fight Alvarez as well.
And then if it wasn't Alvarez, it was gonna be Smith.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was, but I don't know.
Okay. I love Adonis Stevenson, but if somebody said that Adonis Stevenson was a cherry picker, would you say that would be fair? Or would you say that would be harsh? At this stage of the game with him?
I don't think he picks his opponents.
You don't think he picks his opponents?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Because a few times I was with him and they called him and told him. He may say the last few times I was with him, they would ask him. But he didn't pick.
Okay, so he don't go around saying. He doesn't say, "I want this one."
They may give him a couple names or a name, and But honestly, I never saw him turn down anybody. Because the last time I spoke to him about
Kovalev,
when not Kovalev, about Smith, because when he beat Hopkins, I'm like, oh, that might be the next one. And all he said was, I'll be more than happy to fight him.
Okay.
That's what he told me. But I don't know what happens with who is Smith with. Who is he with?
He might be top rank, I think.
But you gotta understand sometimes there's a lot of fighters that's with certain promoters, and then the other promoters don't get along, and all that business coming to the when two promoters don't hate each other, don't like each other, it's always hard for the fighters to make unification or a fight happen. Or a promoter don't get along with a network. It's always a headache.
Okay.
But now I'm starting to see a couple guys from Al Heyman fighting. I saw this little cruiserweight that was in the Olympics. What's his name? Michael Hunter.
Oh, Hunter.
No,
yeah.
Michael Hunter fighting somebody from which I would never allow to do that. I think it's because I also heard that he lost the deal with NBC and a couple of network. So there's your answer. Because there was a couple of fights. There was Michael Hunter, and there was other fights as well. Who was it? Somebody. And somebody that was on HBO. And we all know that HBO and Al Heyman are not, in good terms. So I'm guessing now that the deal with NBC and Spike and all that went downhill. So now
He's forced to put his fighters in the fights. I gotcha.
Exactly. I don't know all the details of it, but that's my take on it.
Mr. Boxing Today has just joined the room, and he asked the question. He's just joined the room. He says, "Is Bermane Stiverne fighting Wilder?"
Oh, he just joined the room.
Yeah, he just joined the room.
Well, for those who just joined,
To confirm, to reconfirm.
to confirm. Of course, yes, I am. We are. Thank you.
Yes.
But we all know he's trying to everything he can to get out of it. You know, and unfortunately, there's no way to get out of it. The only way is to fight me.
But I will come back to this point, and again, the people joining the room, I have to reiterate this. People joining the room, they're going to say, "Well, you know, he beat you the first time. Why would he be not want to? Why would he be scared of fighting you again?" That's the point that people are going to take away from this.
It's just anybody that knows me when asked that question. Well, you knew something was wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't fight like that. I really don't fight like that. So it is what it is. It happened. It happened for a reason, and now that was then, and this is now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Final thoughts from the heavyweight division. Is it good if Klitschko regains the heavyweight championship of the world?
Is it good? I mean, it's good because that's only one title.
2.
Which one?
Super WBA super title, WBA super title, and the IBF.
That's not a title.
That's not a title.
That's not a title. That's not a title. Ain't no such thing as super title.
Super champion.
Yeah, but this WBA, and they made another belt, WBA split. That was never. It was never.
Oh, there's another heavyweight championship of the world being fought for as well. Shannon Briggs, your mate, against another friend of yours, Fred Cassidy. What do you think? Not Fred Cassidy, Fresequendo.
Right. That's a good fight for it. I mean, I'm happy that Shannon gets. That's all he ever wanted, to fight for a title, and also he'll be able to tie George Foreman
Record.
Yeah, you know, it's good for him. He's been working. We all see how he put up his videos and and working hard. So I'm happy for him.
WBC heavyweight champion of the world again. You regain the title. What is it for you now? Unification bouts or just making as much money as possible?
Say that one more time.
Okay. WBC heavyweight champion, you regain the title.
Right.
Is it about the money? Obviously, it's about the money because that's what fighters fight. Prize fighters fight for money, obviously. But is it for really the money, or is it to become a unified or an even undisputed champion? What means more to Bermane?
What means more to me? Chopping Wilder's head off. That's what means more to me.
I kind of sense that was coming. I kind of sense it was coming. So what about a trilogy?
Oh,
Wilder, Stiverne 3, like Pacquiao, Marquez 5. We going to see that?
There wouldn't be no 3. There wouldn't be no 3 because I promise you, I will get my title and he won't be able to make. He won't be able to come back for a third one because I will. I'm gonna hurt him bad. So everybody, that the first one that he dodged a real big bullet. Now he'll get a healthy Stiverne, not a sick Stiverne.
Do you have a message for Mr. Wilder if he's tuning into our broadcast?
I don't have any messages with him. Nor that I want to talk to him or anything.
You know when the press conference is going to be?
I have no idea.
Will any tables be thrown? Will you throw a table?
Huh?
Will you throw a table?
I don't. Listen, no, I wouldn't go that far. If I have to defend myself, I will defend myself. But nah, I'm not the type that disrespect people unless I'm being disrespected. Once I'm being disrespected, then everything's out the window.
Well, you know,
but
but this is a fight that you know it's going to happen. So I mean, it's like,
yeah, but he ain't, and you know what? He ain't that crazy. When you got somebody's real in front of you, you know what time it is. You don't do no stupid shit.
The first fight was the press conference. I tell you, it's one of the best press conferences I watched at a press conference. Anytime I feel a bit low, I put that press conference on. If I want to have a good laugh, I'll put that press conference on. I watch it. It's entertainment from beginning to end. I have to say. Sorry for that, but it's entertaining. You got to sit back and watch it. It's entertaining. The whole of it is entertaining.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm a quiet guy, you know.
Not in that press conference, you won't.
I start getting emotional, and you know, I don't write what I'm going to say. I just go. But at the moment, if something gets to me, then I'll just lay it out.
Bermane, truth be said, we love that side of you. We love that side when you're banging. Press conference.
Everybody is always like, please make a show but that's not me. I mean, but I'll tell you what, I'm a calm guy, but I'm really, really, really calm. And I know I can lie to you and say that if there's a press conference, and don't say anything to him or don't say anything at all, I'll be a liar.
You know that you're going to say something.
What I'm going to say, I don't know. How I'm going to act, I don't know.
But Bermane,
am I going to be emotional and everything that happened?
I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you what's going to happen. We're probably going to need a lot of security out there. But then again, I might just be quiet and don't say nothing.
Yeah,
but the chances are.
But you know, when you see him and he sees you as like a red rag to a bull, you know that's what's going to happen. He'll say something.
I saw him a couple of times. We were outside, and I saw him a couple of times. Nothing happened. I didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing.
But this is it. I mean, do you know when a press conference will be called? Do you know when a fight's going to be made?
I don't. Well, I mean, last I heard, there's a purse bid.
Yes.
So I'm guessing for it to have a date or anything else, the purse bid has to happen first.
But after purse bid, in your estimation of world boxing, after you've had a first bid, how long after that fight will the fight be July?
Usually is 90 days, 90 to 120. That's what the rules are. But usually, it's always 90 days after
So
the.
So we're
After
looking
the
September, July.
My man, I don't have the answers for you. I would have the answers for you.
How can you set a training camp up then? How can you set a training camp up? You could overtrain. I mean, I'm just.
No. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. I am not. We're doing it like really. We're being smart about this one. Very smart.
Finally, I saw you the other day with 50 Cent. If you post these videos or these pictures, I'm going to ask you about it.
Well, I don't make them and post them.
Okay. Are you going to go down the Charles Martin route? Are you going to maybe all down the Berto route? Maybe you're going to be, or maybe is that something?
No.
No,
50
no,
is a
no Bermane Stiverne singles. No.
No, 50 is a personal friend of mine. It's
Okay.
a good friend of mine. So there's nothing me pursuing a rap career or whatever that nonsense maybe. But not nonsense, but you know,
yeah, not for you.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. So I stay in my lane. It's just
What's he like as a guy?
Huh?
What's he like as a guy?
50 is a coolest guy you ever known in life. Really, I know a lot of celebrities in the rap industry or the hip hop industry, and they always have to pretend to be something else or talk a certain way and stuff like that. Not him. I never had any problem with him. He is who he is, and don't pretend to be anything else. Pretty much, if you don't like him, screw you.
Okay, Bermane, thank you so much for coming to Bayloric TV.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
We appreciate you, champ. We'll speak to you soon.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Bye-bye.